Grand Rising, everyone, and welcome to Ingrid's Theory, So Above, So Below. And this is the episode about ancestors, part two. Um, and sorry it took so long for me to get back, but as you can see, I created something new for this channel. Um, my daughter is very talented, and she came up with this to help my audience, my messages. She wanted me to be successful, and she gave me the tools to be successful. So I appreciate her. I love her for this. And that's the reason why it took so long. It was a gap in between the last message to this one because we were working on this, and she put a lot of work in it, and I'm very proud of her. So my background creation was created by my daughter. So ancestors. Um, what I'm about to say, this is what my ancestors and my spirit guides told me. Do I know? Is it for everybody? I don't know. I can't worry about everybody. I just got to worry about my journey and if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and me hitting my milestones and getting the knowledge I need. I know that the spirit world is a very complicated place to navigate through. So I would ask my ancestors, my spirit team, my spirit animals, divine, great spirit, the universe, Mother Gaia Earth, um, and my angels questions all the time when they um download things that I need to do or knowledge. I always would come back with questions, not to be confrontation, but to have a better understanding of what I just learned. So when I first got on this spirit journey, I wanted to know my ancestors better, my spirit team better. So I would ask questions, and one of the questions is like, well, how does your world work? And so what was revealed to me that there is a spiritual world. So there's a spirit world, and then there's an underworld, then there's a physical world. We live in the physical world. The underworld is not hell. No, we're not going to go there. The underworld is a holding tank. It's a holding place where um you get judged. You wait for your next assignment. It's just a place where souls, I want to say souls, and I don't know, and I feel like it is souls. So it's a place where your souls go for a waiting period for their next place to go, their next assignment. Spiritual world is where your spirit goes. Same situation. Is a weird place where you go to get judged on your journey. It's a place where you still work in that world. Like, for instance, my grandmother is in the spirit world. Reason why I know, because she helped me get to here, and now she got reassigned. So the spirit world is a little bit more complicated. So everything is tied in together. So I'm a life path 11. That tells me that where I'm at in this experience of being in the physical world. That tells me that I have mastered 0 through 9 levels. Because after 9 it's 11, 22, and 33. So that tells me where I'm at in my spiritual journey. So how I feel, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to speak it. I feel like when I leave this physical world, I'm going to have an opportunity to either come back in a 22 or a 33 spirit, or I'm going to sit in the spirit world in my ranking. And that choice would be made once I'm in the spirit world and done with the physical world. So that's where you get your judgment and your assignments. is in the spirit world and in the underworld. It's two holding places for two different parts of you. So that's how my ancestors explained it to me. And that might just be for me. I don't know. I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm speaking for me. So my relationship with my ancestors started before I even realized we was in a relationship. I formed a relationship with them, a deeper relationship with them in 2020 when I awoken. And then that's when I was actively having a relationship with them on my part. I was showing up in my part of this journey. So I would ask them questions and stuff like that just to get a better understanding. Because for me, I know for relationships, for it to be successful, you got to know both sides. So I formed a relationship with my ancestors, and I did not just form a relationship with my ancestors. I formed a relationship with my soul journey ancestors. And they came to me. I didn't seek them out. They came to me. They told me what it was, and who they belong, who they representing, and stuff like that. So, a lot of people have been saying, well, I've been trying to contact my ancestors and I don't hear nothing. What if all my ancestors on both sides are toxic? Who do I go to? So, that's some good questions. And I'm going to start with, how do I contact my spirit? My ancestors. Speak. Give them offerings. Just as you would form a relationship with someone in the physical world, that's how you would form a relationship with them in the spirit world. I started off like, it was the calla lily, which I didn't understand that message. So when I seen the calla lily, I went and bought the calla lily, and I told my ancestors, this is for us. Now how I have a relationship with them, I meditate. Before I even start my day, they're the first people I talk to. When I go to sleep, they're the last people I talk to. Um, when I'm in the shower, we all come together. In the morning, I give coffee, food, to my ancestors. And right now I'm trying to learn my new spirit team. So, because remember, I'm in a new beginning. I'm in my soul journey. I'm not in the spirit journey no more, but I still have ancestors around me that's going to help me. So, in the beginning of this journey, somewhere when I realized I crossed over, I spoke and commanded us to have a relationship, getting to know each other first, because I can't do nothing without knowing who's behind me. I know I have ancestors. I know they're there for my greater good, but I don't know who physically there. So how can I give you anything that specifically for you? So in my spirit journey, I knew my grandmother was there. I know my grandmother loved coffee. She got up in the morning and drank coffee. So I would get coffee and put it in the window every morning and say, "Hey, Granny, here's your coffee." Um, Even if it was nasty coffee, I thought I'd say, "Hey, baby, this is your coffee." And every morning I gave her coffee. Um, to connect with her, her birthday's in February, and I knew amethyst was important for her. So one of the first stones I bought was an amethyst to be able to connect with my granny. And in the spirit world, I give her amethyst every time I feel like she needs it. I'll give her amethyst bracelet. Before my grandmother passed over, she had became well, she always liked jewelry, but it was these beads she used to wear on her arms all the time, and I remember them. So I always give her the same bracelet, and it's just amethyst. Um, and I knew me and my grandmother relationship. Um, I'm not gonna say ended, but she moved somewhere else because I dreamed that the same amethyst bracelet that I gave her was broken. And whenever jewelry breaks in physical and spiritual world, that means it's no longer needed. So that was my grandmother telling me I no longer need her and she's moving on. Um, so now I'm in the same process of trying to get to know my ancestors and who's like the main person. Like in my spiritual journey, my granny was the main person that I went to. I still had other relatives. My Aunt Reese would pop in, my Aunt Gerald would pop in and give me messages and stuff. Like my Aunt Gerald was kind of the person at the end that helped me a lot. So you can see who comes to you in your dreams. That's how you'll know. And if you don't dream and you don't remember your dreams, they're with you on this physical earth. I know sometimes when I don't speak that I need my granny, and my granny feel in my vibration and frequency that I'm not aligned or something's going on with me, she shows up. How do I know she shows up? I smell her. I smell my grandmother. It'd be like my favorite dish from my grandmother was her blackberry cobbler. So I'll be laying, not thinking about her, not thinking about anything, and all of a sudden I smell that blackberry cobbler. A lot of times when my granny wanted to talk to me or send me a message, she'll bring me back to her home in Inkster. And I would wake up or just automatically appear in that home in Inkster. And I knew that that was a message from my granny. So how do you connect to your ancestors? Like I said, you can give them um, things that they used to like when they were on the physical world. That's how you start, by knowing them enough to say, like my granny, I knew she liked coffee in the morning. In the morning, she always made her a cup of coffee after breakfast or before breakfast or something. She started her day off with coffee. So in the physical world, when I'm having a relationship with her, I continued that. I would get up in the morning. I don't even drink coffee, but I'll get up in the morning and make sure my granny had coffee every morning. Um, and then on special holidays, like when my grandfather passed, and my grandfather passed before my grandmother did, my grandmother gave all the grandkids a handkerchief. So when I really need her and my granddad, I go get that handkerchief and I'll put it in my bra or I put it on my body, so that they know I need them. And it's a white handkerchief, and I use it for everything. Comfort, when I'm missing that love that my granny gave me, when I'm missing my old life, I'll take that handkerchief and I'll cuddle with it. I'll just hold it like it's never before. Um, for her birthday, I tried to find a coconut cake because that was her favorite cake, but I was never successful. So I would just buy, I bought her a cake on her birthday and put it by the coffee. So I got her stones, I gave her food, and then, especially if she gave me a great message that came to fruition, I would definitely stop my life and give her something of amethyst, a bracelet, a necklace, just something to give her homage. Every year on her birthday, since I've been spiritual, I try to go visit her in the spirit world. I can astroplane, so that's why it's easy for me. People that don't have that ability, then you can sit and meditate. It's guided meditation that's available that will guide you through to be able to have conversations with your ancestors. So meditation for me is a time for me to gather with my spirit team, the divine, the great spirit, my spirit animals. And I use that time wisely. I meditate sometimes all day long, but mostly in the morning and at night. Those are key times for me. If I wake up at 3 in the morning, I meditate, and I meditate to the point where my physical body go back to sleep. So that's that. That's how you have a relationship. If you have toxic ancestors, they do not call them in, and I'm sure they're not your spirit team. Um, and just because you have one lineage of toxic ancestors, that don't mean every ancestor is toxic. There is someone in your lineage that's not. And with you recognizing that your ancestors was toxic right before you, the line before you, will tell you that you are the chosen one to break that toxicity. And once you break that toxicity, you will realign your ancestors. So it will be no toxicity in your lineage. For me, the things I heal in my spiritual journey, I healed me, my daughter, my mom, my granny, her mama, her mama, her mama, her mama. And that's just how it works. So that's why it's important for you to heal you. Have that healing within you. Take time to heal you. Spend time with you to heal, to get to know you. And once you get to know yourself, it's easy to get to know your ancestors. And I'm not talking about this physical getting to know each other. I'm talking about the real deep things that you feel but you avoid, or things that's been swept up under the rug because you don't want to face it. Your ancestors didn't face it. So that's that. With toxic ancestors, you still go ahead and go on your spiritual journey. But what you do is heal yourself. And once you heal yourself, you heal your lineage, and then they'll be able to work with you. Like I have ancestors that I'm working with, and I feel like it's my Aunt Tilly on my dead side now. I feel like my um soul journey has a lot to do with my dead lineage. Because lately I've been talking about my Aunt Tilly. I've been seeing her. I've been picking up traits of her, like my walking. When I don't feel like walking, I remember how my Aunt Tilly never had a car. She walked everywhere in Ipsy. I remember my Aunt Tilly building her own house. She had gardens in her back, yard. She walked everywhere. So when I'm not motivated to walk, I think about my Aunt Tilly. So right now, I feel like my Aunt Tilly is the one that's probably my head ancestor now in this journey, but I'm not for sure. I can't speak on it. We're not there. It hasn't been revealed. But I do, because that's weird for all of a sudden. I'm 52 years old, and now all of a sudden, she is the highlight of my lessons. Like when I tell Naya something, I'll be like, oh, my Aunt Tilly this or my Aunt Tilly that. And in my spiritual journey, I did that with my granny. So though that is not a coincidence, so that tells me that's a pattern. So now that I'm talking about my Aunt Tilly, I'm feeling like she's trying to connect to me. She's the one. But like I said, I'm not for sure yet. So if you want to know what ancestors are working with you, think about who you think about when you at that low point, when you're in a bind, when you in a situation. I remember one time I was having a complication in a relationship in my spiritual journey. And I remember saying, I wish my granny was here. And this time my mom wasn't in the state that she was in now. She was healthy and able to talk to me, and we had a very healthy relationship. But in that moment, I wanted my granny. Even though me and my mom were best friends, we are best friends. Um, I call my mom every day. I tell my mom at the time before she got sick, I would call her every morning. Me and my mom spent a lot of time on the phone talking to each other and in each other's energy and giving and exchanging energy. So that was odd for me to say, I want my granny, or I wish my granny was here. So that was the one sign. So that's why I'm feeling like my Aunt Tilly's the one, because I'm remembering memories with her. I remember sitting in the old Brown Chapel church, and she always would sit behind us for some unknown reason. And she would aggravate the mess out of my brother, but she always gave me loving energy. She treated me and my brother very total different. Like me and my brother was treated so differently. And it's not in a bad way. She would just pick with my brother all the time. And with me, she would always give me gentle love. So that was kind of like awkward, but and now I'm starting to remember our conversations that we had. And my Aunt Tilly is my dad's great aunt. So that tells you. So she's my great great aunt. Um, and I feel like she's the one now guiding me and helping me through my soul journey. Because I've been talking about her, I've been thinking about her. Um, I don't remember what Aunt Tilly smelled like, but I remember Aunt Tilly's presence. So when a presence is around me, a spiritual presence is around me, I think of her, and that's probably telling me that's who that is. So that's how you form a relationship with your ancestors. Your ancestors are really important in both your spiritual journey and your soul journey. Your ancestors signed up before you came to this earth and agreed to help you through this. It's a teamwork relationship. It's a exchange. I give, you give. I give, you give. I receive, you receive. So it's a balanced exchange of energy between the two. And you need them. You need them to help because sometimes, like I said, the spirit world is the most complicated um place to understand. I've been in this game and I had an accelerated course in the spirit world. And they pretty much taught me a lot. But I'm still confused in the spirit world because it's very, very complicated. So I did take time to learn the spiritual laws so that when I'm in the spirit world, I know I'm not doing anything to violate or cause any karma or offend any spirit. So I definitely did research and learn the spiritual laws, and I'm gonna have a whole different episode on that because it's just a lot. That's why I said this journey or me being able to speak on it, I can see it, but it's hard for me to put words to the spirit world. So it's sometimes take me time to be able to put the words to what I'm seeing or what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. So that's that for this episode, part 2 of Ancestors. Please take time to get to know your ancestors. Take time to get to know them, love them, embrace them, encourage them, just as they encourage you. Trust in them as you trust in yourself. Call on them. Call on them. Ask them. Say, who is my ancestors that's around me? And for me, I know it's layers. So there's ancestors that can be close to my aura. Those are my guardian ancestors. They are very close to me, and they're my protection on this physical earth. And they're close enough to exchange inside my aura. Then I have ancestors behind them that my higher level ancestors are like the ruler or the leader, and those ancestors have to report to those higher levels to be able to have a relationship with me or to be able to come close enough to me. So that's why you got to know how many's there, who's there, and stuff like that. Because when they're giving you messages on your purpose or just protection or anything, they're going to communicate in their language. And you need to know what their language is. You need to know what time that they were on this physical earth to understand that time. That's why history is important. That's why I'm going back and learning history, the correct history, because I need to know their language at that time to be able to understand the message that they're giving me today. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys. And thank you for the support, the love, and the guidance. And have a wonderful day.